Hello and welcome back to another Views from the Veranda. Well look, I've had a bit of a break from the veranda and just come back from an overseas trip. So I thought I'd share with you my views and tips on what to do in terms of preparing your home for a holiday. First of all, give some thought to the electricity. Click on the standby switch, turn off those parts of the house which you don't actually need, and lock the fuse box as well. That could save you quite a bit of money. Weatherproof your home. Make sure it's draft proof and waterproof, because you don't want to come back to any sort of damage after the fact. Check your home security, ensure that your alarm system is all up and running and any sort of wireless and cameras are also charged up. Leave the house in a clean and tidy fashion. It's nice to come back knowing that the house is in that sense that you have just gone away. Prepare easy meals and freeze them so that when you do come home you don't have to go shopping. There's something ready for you to prepare and eat. After a long flight, that can be quite something that you look forward to. Set up any direct debits for bills. So if you do have something that needs to get paid while you're overseas, you can set up a direct debit temporarily, which will help cover that. I mentioned about unplugging unnecessary appliances, things that could be actually using and charging electricity costs. So it's important as well to switch off things such as your washing machine as well as your dishwasher as well. Set out fresh bedding. There's nothing better than coming home to a nice fresh bed. So do that before you actually head off. Keep the doors open when the property. Make sure that there's good drafts going through. It does give the house a fresh smell when you do come back, rather than that sort of musty feeling. And in respect to that, put some nice potpourri or diffusers around, so when you do come home, the house does smell well. Reschedule any subscriptions. It's important to understand that things will be delivered, so make sure that either a neighbour or a friend are collecting those. But even things like your streaming services, you can put those on hold for a period of time, and that'll save you a bit of money. I mentioned about switching off your water supply. As I mentioned, you don't need to switch it off at the main, but certain things probably do need to be turned off that actually could possibly burst in the house. That's things like your dishwasher and your washing machine. Clean out the fridge. You don't want to come back to a fridge that doesn't smell too well. So make sure that you've actually done that before you go. In addition to that, throw out any old flowers that might be in the place, because they may not live by the time you come back. And having said that, if you do have any indoor plants, make sure they're well looked after, well watered, that there's a watering system or someone's coming in to look after them. And even your outside plants, make sure that they've had a good watering before you go. And in addition to that, mow your lawn. Give it a good tight cut. The most obvious thing to a burglar is when you see long grass out the front of the house that no one is around. So you want to make sure that the house is actually lived in. Having said that, you can have timers on lights as well, so the lights come on every now and then, and gives the impression that someone is living in the house. And then lastly, don't tell everyone that you're going overseas, especially on social media. That becomes a bit obvious that the house is empty. And make sure that there is someone, a neighbour or a friend, who's able to look into the place. So look, here's a few tips if you are looking to actually go overseas, and also if you are overseas and you start thinking about selling or buying, you know who to contact. We're here to give you the best advice the show I can provide. But until next time, take care and look after each other. Thank you.